My name is Melissa Miranda. I am a NAVA student at Gothenburg University. This video project is part of the Invertebrate Diversity class at Stockholm University. All video footage was shot at Gothenburg University's Charno Marine Laboratory. Characterized by their well-developed corona, ciliated head, and bilateral ovaries, bdelloids are fascinating tetraploid animals, meaning that their cells contain 4 homologous sets of chromosomes. They are less than a millimeter in size, and are eutilic animals, meaning that they have a set number of cells, which in their case is 1,000 cells exactly. Despite their small size, they have muscles, a digestive tract, excretory, reproductive, and secretory systems. They also have photosensitive and tactile sensory organs, and structures for crawling, feeding, and swimming. Bdelloids are predominantly freshwater invertebrates, commonly found in lakes, ponds, and streams, with less than 1% of species found in marine habitats, and over 90% of species found in limno-terrestrial habitats, which include wet soil, damp soil, ephemeral pools, and in the water film found on mosses. Some bdelloids are known to live on the gills of crustaceans. Species in the subclass Bdelloidea are members of the phylum Rotifera. The phylum Rotifera, along with the phylum Macronophozoa and the phylum Gnathostomelida, form the clade Gnathifera, which translates to jaw-bearers. Rotifera in Latin translates to wheel-bearer. The body of a rotifer can be divided into 3 regions: head, trunk, and foot. The head has a ciliary organ called the corona, which you may have noticed in my drawing earlier in the video and in the videos from the laboratory. There are over 2,000 species of rotifers, and although being small, they are quite complex and display a variety of body forms. When active, the coronal cilia looks like a pair of rotating wheels. In Bdelloidea, the corona is separated into 2 trochal discs. The trochal discs can be retracted or extended for locomotion and feeding. It's when the cilia along the trochal discs move in a metachronal wave rhythm that one gets the impression of rotating wheels. In rotifers, the pharynx is modified as a mastax, comprised of internal jaws called trophi. The trophi are of great systematic importance because it is often the main character used to identify species and genera. Swimming is accomplished by beating the coronal cilia, forcing water posteriorly along the body, which drives the animal forward, sometimes in a spiral path. They are also able to creep like an inchworm They typically feed on organic detritus or other minute organisms. Bdelloids are able to withstand extreme environmental stresses by entering a state of metabolic dormancy. This phenomenon is called anhydrobiosis. The extreme environmental stresses they are known to be able to withstand are desiccation, freezing, ionizing, radiation, and strong ultraviolet light. Upon desiccation, the bdelloids contract and fold their bodies, drawing their foot and head into their body cavity for protection. An advantage of anhydrobiosis is the ability to colonize unstable habitats, with over 95% of species of bdelloids experiencing frequent desiccation. Anhydrobiosis may also be an adaptation to avoid fungal predation. Bdelloids are prone to an infection by an aggressive fungus that eats it from the inside out, but the longer that the rotifers stay in this state of dormancy, the less likely they are to contract the infection. Bdelloids are especially interesting because of their reproduction. They reproduce exclusively by parthenogenesis, meaning that the embryo develops from an unfertilized egg. No males, no hermaphrodites, and no meiosis has ever been observed in any bdelloids. The subclass Bdelloidea has actually been called an evolutionary scandal because groups of asexual organisms are generally expected to have short evolutionary lifespans and early extinctions, yet bdelloids have persisted for tens of millions of years and diversified into nearly 300 species without engaging in sexual reproduction. Several studies have reported that up to 9% of the genome of asexual bdelloids consists of alien genes originating from bacteria, fungi, plants, and other animals. This horizontal gene transfer is an important evolutionary mechanism for the asexual bdelloids to acquire quote-unquote good genes without meiosis or recombination. Thank you for tuning in to this brief overview of Bdelloidea species.